it's Phil coming back at you with another video. Today, I'm back. I'm excited. I'm pumped up. Hopefully, everyone's doing well, practicing self-care, not letting one thought, one situation, one person take them outside of what they know to be true, and continuing to do the next right thing for yourself, not letting anybody tell you or let anything in your life make you stop doing what you know that you're supposed to be doing. This video is going to be announcing the free study group this Saturday, 4:15 at 3 p.m. Eastern Time until they kick us out. Can't kick me out because I'm the host, but at the end of the day, that session goes as long as we need to. And what that session is going to be is having people who have gone on the exam kicked it directly in the chest and coming back and sharing their experience. People that are struggling to find motivation for finding guidance. So if you're struggling and like, man, I don't know what to do anymore, I'm wanting to give up on the profession, I'm not even sure if I take the exam anymore, coming to this session will help give you a little bit more guidance of what you can do, what you need to particularly think about if you want to directly interact with me, etc. So that's going to be this Saturday, 4:15, 3 p.m. Eastern Time until they kick us out. I would guess the session is going to be 4 or 5, potentially 6 hours long. I do the session as long as we particularly need to because I never want people to go without having the guidance that they need. So if you want to skip to how to register for that study group, you can skip to whatever time is on the screen right now, and you can go to my calendar at fillinthegaps.as.me and register for the session if you know how to do that. Before we get into that, we'll talk about the upcoming Sunday study groups, individual tutoring, the one-day course, Audible, and then I'll show you on the screen how to directly register for the session if you've never registered for a session before. The next Sunday study groups coming up are as follows. 4:16, meds and DSM-5, so going through the different types of medications, antidepressant, anti-anxiety, ADHD medications, the mood stabilizers, antipsychotic medications, and then the diagnosis related to those, and then practice questions related to those. And I always say do not come to these sessions expecting to memorize anything, but be able to recognize and apply the information as you can see it on the exam, because a lot of times what happens to people is they try to be a walking social work encyclopedia, and it doesn't really work out for them because the questions may be worded in a way that you didn't anticipate them to be worded in. The next one after that is 4:23, Freudian theory and defense mechanisms. So we're going through the psychosexual stages of development, psychoanalytic, psychodynamic, and then the defense mechanisms, and not ways to memorize anything, but ways to be able to recognize and apply them to go in the exam, kick it directly in the chest to get the job done, and then practice questions related to those. The next one after that is 4:30, DSM-5 children, going through different child diagnoses and how to differentiate the diagnoses from one another, because some of the children diagnoses can overlap, and then practice questions related to those. And the next one after that is 5:7, client interventions, going through the individual modalities, CBT, DBT, dialectical behavioral therapy, solution focused. We'll be going through task centered. We'll go through the behavioral modification, and then the family modalities, Bowen's, structural and strategic family therapies, and then practice questions related to those. And the next one after that is 5:14, practice questions. So going through the tips that I find most helpful for people to keep in mind as they're going through how to prepare for and to go in the exam, kick it directly in the chest to get the job done. The 6-step process that I recommend every single person to utilize as they're breaking down questions, and then going through practice questions. And I always say do not come into this session expecting to get every single question correct, because the questions I construct tend to be more difficult than the ones on the actual exam, because I'd rather have you go through a difficult situation outside of the exam versus having a difficult situation inside of the exam and being like, what the heck, I'm not even prepared at all. And again, these questions are going to be difficult, but allow for you to be able to better understand how you got to the answer, why you got to the answer, versus simply getting them right or wrong. And if you want any information related to those, send me an email at berda24@gmail.com or click the link down below in the description, or you can just go to my calendar at fillinthegaps.as.me. And you do not have to attend these sessions 100% live, because when you register, add your name to the email list to receive the recording materials to review at your own leisure. In addition to that, I do still offer individual tutoring sessions, so if you want to directly interact with me, review content areas, review your preparation, review practice questions, it's 100% possible to be able to do so. You want information related to that, send me an email at berda24@gmail.com or click the link down below in the description, which is the view more under the title, and it'll send you directly to my calendar. In addition to that, the one-day course is coming back. The one-day course is the most successful thing that I've ever done, because it gives you the most amount of time with me, reviews a mixture of different topics, but also gives you a way to actually go through difficult practice questions, so that way you do not have a difficult time as you're going through the exam. The one-day course is going to be on 4/29, and it's going to be going and starting at 11 a.m. Eastern Time until they kick us out. They can't kick us out. I'm on the host, because those sessions are tending to be 13, 14 hours long. So if you're not able to sit throughout the entire session, it's recorded and you're able to review it at your own leisure and your own pace. The one-day course is going to cover the tips that I find most helpful for people to keep in mind as they're preparing for it, as well as going in the exam, kicking it directly in the chest to get the job done. The most common reasons why people have failed the exam, because what better way to understand what not to do than to reflect on the things that people have done in the past that did not work for them. In addition to that, going through a mixture of topics: subpoena versus court order, operant conditioning. We'll go over referral versus supervision. We'll be going over the medications, the schizophrenia spectrum, bipolar 1 versus bipolar 2 disorders, the personality disorders. We'll go over the acronym, the 6-step process that I recommend every single person to keep in mind as they're going into the questions to understand how they're understanding the details within the question, and then 25 practice questions. So if you want any information related to that, send me an email at berda24@gmail.com or click the link down below in the description, which is the view more under the title. And if your exam is prior to 4/29 and you want to obtain a copy of a previously recorded version that I did just last month, you can do so by sending me an email at berda24@gmail.com. And I appreciate every single one of you guys that rep and rock with me within my Sunday study groups, the one-day courses, the individual tutoring, or any capacity, as well as for those that do not know, Audible's continue to partner with me on my YouTube videos and my podcast. If you want to support me, as well as support them, go to my Audible affiliate link at www.audibletrial.com/fill-in-the-gaps. Sign up for the 30-day free trial, get you a free book, and I appreciate every single person that has already done that. And for those that are like me and Phil, what is Audible? Audible is one easy way to get information on the go. So if you're busy just like me, or you want to continue learning via audio, just similar to myself, and you want to become the best possible version of yourself, Audible is an easy way to listen to information and hear books on the go. So that way you can continue getting as much information to allow for you to grow to become the best possible version of yourself. And Audible is an easy way to support me, and it costs you absolutely nothing. And you can do so by going to my Audible affiliate link at www.audibletrial.com/fill-in-the-gaps. Sign up for the 30-day free trial, or click the link down below in the description that says Audible free trial and get yourself a free book. And if you're like me and Phil, I want to do that. I want to rep and rock with you, and I want to support you. What is a book that you would recommend? There are a couple that I would recommend: The Alchemist, The Archer, UOU, and Outliers. Each of them have different lessons that can help you not just progress professionally, but also personally become the best possible version of yourself. And if you haven't already, hit the like button down below, thumbs up button. It helps me out so much, because it helps amazing social workers just like you rep and rock with me as well. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell notification next to it, because it allows for you to get an email every single time that I upload a video similar to this, as well as other videos that I will be publishing. In addition to that, put a comment down below if you plan to come to the study group, or just something positive or something that you're going through, because a lot of times people don't realize it, but I read every single comment and I try to respond to as many as I possibly can, and it helps raise my mood sometimes and helps give me encouragement to keep going, but also encourages other people, because I read the comments and some people are like, man, I'm struggling, and other people are like, man, keep going, keep getting it in, and keep doing the next right thing. As well as, if you haven't already, look up my podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify at Fill in the Gaps. And I'm going to plan to start uploading more podcasts soon, because, again, I always say that, but my mind is just like, so I'm going to do it, I promise. And that's why I'm putting this in this video, because anything that I tell you guys, I want to live up to that, because I want to live by an example. Because if you want to help somebody become more trustful in themselves, you have to trust that that person is going to be looking out for you as well. So again, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate every single one of you guys. Hope to see you in individual tutoring, Sunday study groups, one-day course, or anything. And even if you're sharing my name to somebody, it means the world to me, honestly, because without you guys, there's no me. And the rest of this video is I'm going to be showing you guys how to register for the free study group, and then we're going to get the heck out of here and kind of see what we're doing. So again, how you get to my calendar is either in the description, where I'll say sign up for the free study group, or you can go to the website fillinthegaps.as.me, and it'll show you all the things that I offer. So again, the website is fillinthegaps.as.me, and once you click that, it's going to send you to my calendar, and it's going to look just like this. Like I said, once you go to my calendar at fillinthegaps.as.me, it'll send you to this calendar. It has my individual tutoring calendar, the one-day course, the Sunday study groups. This is the button you want to click. The free study group, click book, and then the only date that's going to be available is the 15th. And you can change your time zone to whatever it is, Eastern time, Hawaii, whatever that is. Mine's Eastern time, so that's why it says 3 o'clock, because remember, it's at 3 o'clock Eastern time. So you'll click this, hit select and continue. You'll enter your name. For those that do not know, my name is Philip Luttrell. My email is berda24@gmail.com. And at this point, that's all you have to do is check your name, check your email, make sure your email is correct, because you'll get a 48-hour, 24-hour, and a 1-hour reminder email. So again, make sure your name and everything is correct, hit complete appointment. And once you do that, means that you're registered. You want to add it to your calendar. You want to register for an account, which is where you can go up to here and hit return and log in. And then when you do that, if you're like me and Phil, I want to make sure that I have the link for the session. You can click that, and this is the link. You can copy and paste it anywhere, or remind yourself that you're going to get a 48-hour, 24-hour, and 1-hour reminder email. So those are the steps on how to register. So you go to my calendar at fillinthegaps.as.me, go to the free study group, click book. The only session that's going to be available is the one on the 15th at 3 p.m. Eastern time. You'll click that, enter your name, enter your email, make sure your email is correct, hit complete appointment, and then you're A-OK and all squared away to come to the study group this Saturday at 3 p.m. So making sure that you follow these steps, because I want as many people as they possibly can to come to the session and then find benefit and to become the best possible version of themselves. So that's the only instructions that you have to follow. So that is how you're going to register for the free study group. So those are the easy steps on how to register for the free study group. And again, this study group is going to be having people who've gone on the exam, kicked a direct line test, and gotten the job done, coming back to share their experiences. But if you're somebody that's struggling to prepare for the exam, unsure where to go, feeling unmotivated, please come out and say, Phil, I want to interact, or man, I have a question, or I have some thoughts, because I don't want people to no longer feel prepared for this exam, or I don't want them to feel alone, or man, I failed the exam before, Phil, I've never heard that before, I'm not sure what to do. So this is what that study group is going to be about. I'm going to be going through some practice questions as well. But if you're like me and Phil, this is how I want to test out how the Sunday study groups are going to be. The Sunday study groups are different than the free study group. The Sunday study groups go through content information and then practice questions related to those topics. So this study group is going to be different than the Sunday study groups, but it's a way for me to still kind of give back and allow for you guys to get support if you're not able to get into individual tutoring and all those different things. And from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every single one of you guys. This video is not going to really have a lot of thoughts or motivation within it, because to be honest with you, I have an appointment that I have to get to. My wife is pregnant, which is a lesson and blessing for me, and I want to make sure that I can get to that. So that's why I'm not going to have any motivation within this video, but in the next session, I'm going to be bringing the heat, laying it heavy. So again, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate every single one of you guys. You need anything, drop me a shout, send me an email. But again, never feel like you're alone in this process. Never feel like you don't have what you need. Don't ever feel like you're never going to get to where you want to go, because at the end of the day, the only way to know where you're going or what you have is to look at what you have, reflect on it, but also do it anyway. If you're scared, you're afraid, do it anyway. Continue going, keep striving, and keep driving. Don't let one thought, one situation, one person take you outside of what you know to be true. I'm getting the heck out of here, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace out, guys.